Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Mackenzie and this is MackieReadings. Hello! So this will probably be the last video I upload in 2018. It's not 2018, 2019. This is my November and December wrap up. Totally forgot to do a November wrap up, and I actually read quite a bit in the past 2 months, so I wanted to share what I read and what I thought about them. And then the next little set of videos that will be coming out are all about wrapping up 2019 and starting 2020, my favorite books, least favorite books, what my goals are, what books I'm excited for in the coming year. So those will be the next, I guess, 4 videos in January. Before we get into what I read the past 2 months, I want to show what I got for Christmas. One of them I can't actually show because my camera's on it, but it's volume 1 and 2, the box set of Moss. I'll put up a picture here. I believe this is like World War II, but with mice. So I'm very interested in it. I've heard a lot of amazing things about it. I feel like it'll be really emotional because World War II was. Then the next graphic novel I got was Monstrous Book 1. This thing is huge and so heavy and just amazing. So cool, and I'm so excited to start it. I'm so excited. So this one I'm going to start in January probably, but this one and the other one are from my sister-in-law. And I also got a gift card to Chapters from Alex and his mom. So it's exciting. Yeah, so those are the books I got for Christmas. Now moving on to what I read. So in November, I started the month off with Wicked King and Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I'm so happy I finished a series. My goal before 2020 was to try and finish some series, and some people were really disappointed by the ending of this book series, and I wasn't. I was not disappointed. I enjoyed it. Overall, I really love all the character arcs. I don't know if this is spoilers, so maybe I shouldn't say it. And I really enjoyed watching her character grow and develop through each book. I really enjoyed it. Each book she has a new challenge she has to learn from and grow from, and you can definitely see her character changing. Oh yeah, I also read 4 Dead Queens by Astrid Scholte, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars. I completely forgot about this because I listened to it on my phone, and I listened to it with Libby. I really enjoyed all the twists and turns in that novel. Really liked it. Though the one thing that I didn't like as much was the voice actor for the queens had such a relaxing voice and so calming that if I was tired and listening to the book and it was that chapter, I would almost fall asleep because it was just too relaxing. But honestly, that's like not a very big deal at all. It's not really a complaint. It's just her voice is very relaxing. It's told from a thief's point of view, and then also the queens. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a murder mystery book, a YA murder mystery, sci-fi sort of thing. It was really fun. Next, I listened to this one and also read it, and it is Defy Me by Tahereh Mafi. I don't even remember what happened in this book. I'm trying to think. Okay, I recall the ending scene. And that's about it. Did I write anything down for it? I did. Yeah, I wrote down not very memorable. I wrote down Adam played a very small part. The whole book was mostly flashbacks, which could have been okay if it was done really well, but it took away from the main timeline. That is what I wrote. Yeah, I think it was just like more trying to figure out Juliet's memories and what happened to her in the past, which is cool. You learn about her character more, but it was all flashbacks, all of it. So when it was in the current timeline, everything that was happening just didn't seem to matter very much, and like the stress of the time, like time sensitive missions, I guess. It wasn't very stressful because the flashbacks just took away from the main story. That doesn't really make sense when I explain it, I don't think. Yeah, also, the main character's name changes. I forget what it changes into, but Juliet's name changes, and it's really kind of annoying. Yeah. So this definitely, I think, was my least favorite out of all of the books so far, and out of the books from this series. Yeah, I gave it a 3. I think. I'm undecided. The last book I finished in November was An Enchantment of Raisins. That's not right. Ravens, Margaret Rogerson. The last book I read in November was The Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. It's a standalone, which I really like. There's something about standalones that are really satisfying. The whole book has a start and a finish to it. There isn't anything to read afterwards, which is really nice, though if there was a second book for this, I would definitely read it because I really liked it. Really liked it. The writing was beautiful, the story was really intriguing and fun, and I really liked the world. When I first started reading it, it really reminded me of A Court of Thorns and Roses, just the human and the fae, and the human doing something and kind of getting kidnapped by fae. So that like really reminded me of A Court of Thorns and Roses. But after that initial similarity, also the main characters both paint. But this one, her paintings are definitely described more and it's more important to her. Yeah, after that opening part, way different. Like, this is a lyrical, beautiful story. The writing is very pretty, descriptive, and that style of writing, really liked it. Definitely liked it. If you didn't like A Court of Thorns and Roses, don't let that little similarity at the beginning keep you from picking this book up. If you are hesitant, maybe get it from the library or something just so you're not buying it, but I definitely would recommend this one. I liked it. Next are my December reads, and it's still technically December, but I don't think I'm going to finish any books in the next few months. If I do, it would be Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. I'll put it up here. That's the one I'm currently reading, but I'm not reading it very quickly. I'm also reading The Gracier. I don't know if I'll get that done. I'll let you know in the next video. So what I have finished in December is Shades of Magic, The Steel Prince, Knight of Knives. This is volume 2. This is volume 2. I don't think I liked it quite as much as volume 1. I feel like the art is even darker in this one than the first one. But yeah, I feel like the art's a bit darker, and I feel like one character looks like slightly different, and I was kind of confused at first, but I don't know if that's just me forgetting what a character looks like. I enjoyed it though. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and yeah, I will probably continue on with it. Yeah. Then I finished Finale by Stephanie Garber, and it was really nice finishing another trilogy before 2020. I mean, especially this one, I put off Finale for a while. I was so excited to read it, and then I just didn't because I was also kind of scared. Overall, I liked it more than the second book. I don't really remember much about the second book, but I liked the first one the most. The second one, I still really liked it, but not as much as the first one, and I did enjoy this one. And I didn't write any notes for this one because I forgot to take notes, I guess, so no notes for this book. The next book I read was Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn, and David Lavithan. I just have messed up on his last name so many times now. That was not my first try, and it was just as bad as my first try. Oh well. So this is a YA contemporary romance set over Christmas. My in-person book club read this and we liked it. It was only me and one other girl. We have some more members now though for our meetup in January. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like young adult contemporaries anymore. Just the characters I find so frustrating, and I think it's because they are teenagers and they have teenager problems. I don't really like their characters, and I didn't really like the way their characters talked. It just kind of sounded like they both read a dictionary and read a thesaurus, and they're like, I'm going to be the most unique person on the world because it sounds like I read a dictionary. Also, the writing style really reminds me of John Green, and I do not like John Green books. So if you like John Green, you'll probably like that book. If you don't, you might not like that book. Next, I have Archenemies by Marissa, Meyer, and I really, really liked this book. This is the second book. The first one is Renegades, and it is about a villain or a anarchist called Nightmare, and she goes undercover with the renegades and becomes a renegade to try and figure out their weaknesses to bring them down. So the renegades are like the superheroes and the anarchists would be the supervillains. So she goes by Insomnia when she is a renegade. The final book I have in this video is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is the second Margaret Rogerson book in this wrap-up. This is a pretty cover. It is the Owl Crate one. I don't really know why there's a purple blob here over her dress. I don't know if it was just to make the whole cover more purple or if they messed up or if it was just a style choice. I don't really know, because that should be her dress. But there's no dress detail, it's just like a purple streak. Anyways, I really liked this book. I like Margaret Rogerson's writing. It's really nice sometimes reading a standalone when you read so many series. It's just really nice to pick up a book and finish it and not have to worry about continuously buying the rest of the books or continuing on in a story and devoting a lot of time to it. You just have to read a book and that's it. It was really nice. This one was really fun and cool. So the main character, Elizabeth, is an apprentice librarian, and these libraries are not normal libraries. They are filled with grimoires that whisper, they bite people's fingers off occasionally, and if they're damaged, they turn into these really gross monsters that are really, it's quite devastating when they turn into those monsters. So it is, of course, a magical library with grimoires that are kept safe for the sorcerers. And she discovers a plot that would kind of destroy everything she cares about. So to stop this plot from happening, she has to get help from a sorcerer. And she doesn't like sorcerers. She was raised that they are bad. So it's kind of a it's hard for her at first to trust the sorcerer and to get his help, but I really, really like this book. It was so much fun. It was so good. I really took my time with the ending. I kind of just powered through the beginning really fast and then I slowed down at the ending and read it. I also listened to it on Libby, and I really like reading books that way. Really liked this book. It was good. It was good. It was good. So that was my November and December wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.